live on, YT for going on, 3 or 4 months, just living her life and showing people, who she is as a person. The exact same damn time, she had already filed paperwork on Nature Boy, in Ohio, where she currently stays at now. She's been housed there because, she went, what I'm saying, through a program, of course, domestic abuse, and, she was placed there. That charge was there. So what was he even doing there from the beginning? How did he even know about that address? How would he even know that she was in Ohio? It's a lot of things that people have to question. But aside from me trying to get down to the bottom of that shit, I'm just glad that she was one of the people that, actually spoke up and testified against his bitch ass, and now he locked the fuck up.
Well, wait, if
Yeah.
she said something about the child, wouldn't it be a charge that will be placed on
They
him
go on
already,
the
or no?
16th, but this is just,
Not
we've only
only
heard um the, the series. The 16 is Velvet's.
exactly, and that's a great point, Liz, and that's what I was saying. That's why I'm like, you have to look at it from the standpoint of a criminal investigation. Perfect example.
Hmm.
Charlie No Angel, Madam Lowe, they both went over there and reported at the time, of the arrest when that took place. And
Hmm.
I'm glad they did that, because if they wouldn't have, people wouldn't have seen it on social media. But if
Hmm.
they would have went back over there yesterday or any other time after that event, that right there would have been interfering with a criminal investigation. That's what that would have been,
Hmm.
straight like
Yeah.
that. So the same way how if she was to be on social media speaking about that or anything that has to do with her child and the child's father, that would be tampering, interfering, and sabotaging a criminal investigation, because she already gave her statements.
And I think a
Yeah.
big reason why Velvet even came out is due to the fact that her father passed away. I think that the father knew about this situation, and this is probably something that he expressed deeply to her, that she needed to go and talk to the police about this. And that was her
Or
motivation
she
to
really
finally step
was,
up.
I
she
think
was
her
really
motivation
hostile.
had more to do. I think her motivation had more to do with
Yeah,
her
because
not being there
she,
anymore. The women that was around him and the woman that she fell out with, who as well was from Louisiana. I think that had a lot
Yeah,
to do with it. Yeah.
yeah.
But
She
you know,
was
on
on.
that
She
video
came
where
to.
she said, "I'm gonna testify,"
Hmm.
she was kissing on, she was holding and rubbing the urn of her father.
You talking about when she was sitting down and looked like she was writing something, and she
Yes,
was playing
before
the
she
August
sat down.
Alsina?
Yeah,
Okay.
before she sat down, she rubbed on the urn, and then she went to go write and look through papers as they were like court document papers.
Okay.
she probably
Exactly. And you know what?
didn't give.
Before, pardon me. What'd you say now?
She's probably just grateful that her dad didn't give up on it. Right before he died. Like,
I
or
think
she
that her
And it
probably
dad
was
was a
just.
big motivation on why she's doing this right now. That was a message that she did through that video.
Uh,
And like, and even with she's pinpointing with that message about her father, Larry Marquez, him as well as his wife, Tina, at the time they went to Palenque, Mexico, to see her, to see
Mm.
their grandchild. And
Hmm.
at the time, Nature Boy, he was real disrespectful to the father as well as to the wife. But keep in mind, the same place where the older woman, Mama Dia, Maggie Magdalena Sevilla, where she died,
The one
it
that
was in
died.
Palenque,
Mhm.
Mexico as well. And that's one of the things that we have been touching on my platform on YT, was about, criminology and how a criminal always returned to the scene of the crime
yeah,
where Solar just went to.
Mm. Mm.
It's
you're
been a
right.
topic of discussion. Yeah, I just so happened to
So
wake up. I was live yesterday for 9 hours. I just woke back up. That's why I was telling her when
I'm
she
gonna
was like, "Come up."
say this. You're doing a phenomenal job, and thank you.
Already,
I
you're
We
appreciate
welcome.
it, yo.
Yeah, because
There was
uh,
that's what
somebody.
I can't wait till I get a subscription notification when you're on YouTube. I wait
Oh,
for it.
no doubt. You can come up. You can come on the. You can come on a panel as well. Like I say, it's open discussion. Half of the time, I don't even be up there because other people, they want to speak on it. They have thoughts on it. Boom, and we just go ahead and just run it, just like what we're
Well,
gonna be doing today.
so what do you think
I
about
followed you
Malia
to
and the
see
other women that
World.
are there? What do you think they're going to do right now after all of
I
this?
think I think they're going to do what we've continued to see them do, perform and act as robots until it get to the point where they have nothing else to do. Because if you think about it, um, True can be live for shit. He can be live for 8 hours if he wanted to. Of course, there's going to be a lot of views over there and stuff like that because Nature Boy's not around. But give it 3 or 4 days and nobody's going to be listening to True because True only repeats himself. He's an asshole. He's very
Yep.
disrespectful. All of them will have to
He
come,
really is.
to the
He
all of them
truly
will have to
is.
come to the conclusion that they're either gonna have to download Indeed.com or go sell some ass. It's gonna be one or the
Yep.
other because
And they've been already doing.
they ain't gonna be able to live off Jahumi food stamps. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's a child. They can't feed everybody, off of the stamps that he get. Like it's just not gonna work.
Yeah. So back to
And just
my
like what.
question. Do
Mhm.
you think the
Peace. I followed
handler
you.
has his back, or like we said, they pretty much done, huh? Like he fucked up.
Well,
Like I think they don't have no use. But what do you think?
I think at this point, the only thing that the handlers can do is what other people are doing now and watch. But and the reason why, because they wouldn't want to face further involvement or implication with anything that he's done at this point. They're not gonna do shit.
Yeah.
They can't do shit. Like I told him the day he got locked up when everybody was saying he was getting out. I was like, he can't
Yeah.
get out. It's impossible. You got. Not only is it three transmission charges, but two of them are felony transmission charges. That's more serious than a rape charge. You know
Yep.
what a
Mm.
transmission is? That's when they got to sit back and comb through all that video evidence of people that are into the peace stuff, the little child peace stuff, and they have those videos. Like
Yep.
it's that serious. And with the hard drive that they received, one of the main things about Velvet going back to drive, I'm for sure, is when they was in Puerto Rico and Nature Boy ordered everybody to get in a circle around him and her, and he beat her up.
Mm.
Oh wow.
See, see, criminals, like for an example, right? Okay, Liz, you might have a dude that's feeling you, you fuck with him like that, y'all cool or whatever. This, if you
Uh-huh.
stop fucking with that dude like that or whatever, and you done moved on with your life, lo and behold, man, that dude so throwed off over you, he probably even kept your drawers or your bra,
Yeah.
just to have a piece of you. That's the way
Mm.
how Nature Boy was holding on and keeping pieces of people. The lady named Mama Dia, Nature Boy kept her motherfucking death certificate. You don't know one motherfucker on this earth
Mm.
that got somebody fucking death
Just
certificate.
like a serial killer, like
Mm. Mm.
trophy, not
Mm. Mm.
trophy, but like
That's all.
I can't
Exactly.
think of the word, but you know what I'm saying? Like they're
Right.
taking
That's and
pride in that.
that's exactly what it is. It's a trophy. Look
Yeah.
at the Predator. In the movie Predator Part Two. At the end of Predator Part Two with Danny Glover, the Predator didn't kill Danny Glover. He was like, man, you can fight like a motherfucker. He took off his gun and threw it to him. Danny Glover looked at the gun. That motherfucker said 1600 on that motherfucker. The Predator had went through so many different dimensional rams, multi-dimensional rams. He said, "Hey, go a gift. You good?"
Do you
And
think
that's
the
Mm-hmm.
even
Fed
a
is going to pick?
souvenir.
Do you think the feds are going to pick up this case after the state is done with them? Is that the way it works, or?
Yeah, I
It's
think
a
so.
it's I think so too, and the possibility of it, everything has to do with those felony transmission charges. Okay,
Yeah.
and the reason I say that, right, because they have people who've been hired, who've went through the academy of the bureau to work in that position, to sit back and be beyond analytical throughout hours of footage, that's possibly on hard drives. So yeah, they most definitely will be sitting there
But they
waiting.
don't
But
realize, and the first one, they're gonna make a a case out of him, an example
Oh, that's
out
a
of
fact.
him.
But think, Liz,
Because
why?
first he's
Think,
black, a
no, no,
bunch
no.
of
That's
shit.
not first. That's not first.
Uh,
The first thing, Liz, is what you was talking about earlier. When you was talking about Georgia, and the man's name is Dr. Malachi Z. York, and he was arrested in Eatonton, Georgia. That was a
oh yeah, yeah,
cult as well. See, that's
yeah.
the first thing. Okay. So the thing with the feds picking it up, not saying that that's not a possibility, but DeKalb County will fight with tooth and nails to keep that fucking case because it'll make them look good and it'll bring some money to the county of DeKalb County because it's already fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
it is. It's a terrible
you
place to.
know,
Yeah, I'm from there.
so think
And
about,
they were
so,
trying to
oh,
say
you from
he
DeKalb?
had an apartment somewhere
Yeah,
else. Did you
yeah.
peep that out? When they were reading the things, he was supposed to go to some apartment. Damn, I
Look
forgot
at this.
already the little city. Did you
Okay, so
hear that?
being that, what did you say? Go back again, Liz?
He when on the probation when they were trying to do the bail, they were saying he
Hmm.
had some apartment that he was gonna go back to that he's had for a long time, and it didn't
Oh
say
no,
DeKalb.
no,
It
no,
was
no,
somewhere else in
nah,
Atlanta.
nah, nah. The dude
It
that's a
was the
public
house.
pretender. If you listen to me for a second, the dude that's a public pretender whose clothes wasn't even ironed, the other day, he was reading the wrong information. That was the apartment
Mhm.
where he stayed at with his baby mama, Maisha. They got put out of that motherfucker. I can show you the charges online. Like they only had to pay $89 in the cost of court as a public
Oh,
pretender. Yeah, he said a whole lot of incorrect stuff. He even said that he was like 38 years old and shit. Like he said a lot of bullshit. He didn't know.
okay.
Like this dude, like I said, he probably just came to work. The other public pretender probably wasn't there. Just like how the salmon colored jacket dude was in the young Pharaoh case. And he got this paperwork on this dude and he was like, oh shit, like what the fuck? Like, god damn. Like he probably was like, yo, I gotta fucking represent like a fucking dude that got an R charge and two felony transmissions, one misdemeanor transmission. Oh fuck. That's what he was thinking. That's why he just was like, man, I'm ready to get this shit over with. Like, I'm ready to get this over with. Just okay, all right, okay, yeah, bro. Let's go to the next person. You didn't see how quick that shit was, man. He try to hurry up and get that motherfucker up out of there.
People better,
Straight up.
especially our woke people. There's so many symbols. There's a big message behind this. Like, there's a lot of key components. You know what I'm talking about, Kane. Like, we need to pay
Oh yeah.
attention because there's a lot more going on that if you're not woke, you don't understand what I'm saying. But if you woke, you already see all the shit that's happening. That's why he's done for y'all. I'm sorry, but
Thank
I'm not
you.
sorry.
I said it and they attacked me for it. I just was like, yo, I'm just telling you straight up. I've been reporting on this shit now. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
attacked you for it?
Consistently for like 3.5 years. Excuse me?
Who
Mhm.
attacked you? You said that when you tried to explain it, they attacked you
I was
for it. Who
attacked.
attacked
I
you
was
for it?
attacked when I came over here and I was telling motherfuckers like he ain't getting out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like
Right.
Velvet was listen, News 11 Live, whoever that's, from DeKalb County that just said that, about News 11. You know
Yeah,
about
I
goddamn
watched them.
channel.
Yeah, I
You
watched
know
them.
goddamn, News 11 always been motherfucking banging with Fox 5. You feel me? Come on now. I can show
Mhm.
you the transcript in court where they motherfucking filed a Rule 22 just to keep Fox 5 up out that motherfucker now. They wanted
Oh,
that in
okay.
them alone. Yeah. Come on, man. They wanted that in that alone. How
Mhm.
the hell people gonna be go? Charlie and Madam Lowe gonna be over there before the goddamn news people get over there. They is
Exactly.
mad. They are upset about that. That was a major breaking story.
And a lot
Straight
of
the
people
fuck
need to
up.
be careful because eyes are on us too. Like, what
Hmm.
the fuck? People always calling the
Hey,
police. This. Like,
I
Mhm.
already told them I just want to be on Nancy Grace show. That's all. If she want to do a podcast, we can do a podcast. I don't think I need is 4 pack of cigars. and some more coffee, and we can go. We can fire that
Okay.
motherfucker up. We can go all the way
See,
to
And for
I
fucking
something
heard
and
that
and for something like that to be in the city of Atlanta, that's huge. I mean, I'm
that is
here,
very
and
that's right.
this is my city, and we ain't never had
yeah,
and
something
then
like that,
that
another
was
big ass
big to
coat,
be in
another
Decatur
right?
in the hood. That's big right
another
there.
key factor is this is the
No,
era
happy
of cult.
bags, happy bags, happy bags. Sorry.
Thank you. So this is an era
What
of
bag?
cults, like how we were saying, King, with the AIDS thing is about to hit us up. The cults, it's a lot of components with this story and situation. But a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people just see that one little bit, like, oh, the R word. Like, y'all don't wake
Right.
up and see
Yeah,
No,
there is
helicopters don't
so
because
show up
much
see,
because of
going
our
on.
words.
yeah,
No,
and see that's
yeah.
another thing too that we had a full-fledged discussion on my panel about, like they don't just, they don't gas up that chopper for nothing.
Liz,
When
tap your
they when
bag.
they
Happy
when they send that
bags.
chopper,
Real.
Thanks.
D, real. Liz, tap
And
your bag.
Liz, y'all
and
got
we're
bags on your screen?
and
Okay.
King,
I
where they
got
were
it.
located in Decatur, just so you know,
I know where they
the
were at.
police, yeah, the police department is right down the street by South DeKalb Mall. I mean, they didn't
When
have
you
to
get
go
to
that
the
far.
light, when you get to the light, when you get to that light,
Uh huh.
leaving from his house off of Arbor Chase, if you make a right, you're gonna be in a totally different county. I know exactly where you at. The Motel 6 is the opposite way off the interstate. I'm off Jimmy Carter. I know exactly where you at. I pulled up to
Oh,
his
okay.
house. Yeah, I went to his house.
Mm.
So I kept thinking SWAT came, and people were like, no, that wasn't SWAT, Liz. That was just the police. I was like, with the
No,
helicopter and everything, that was some kind of
yeah,
SWAT
that was
No,
SWATs.
mess.
That was
that was
SWATs.
SWAT.
And
Let me tell you something.
that's
That's
what's
part of. That's part of what they do when they are about to when they have a warrant. Anytime they are executing a warrant, SWAT is involved. They have a big
yep.
meeting that morning. They show how each entrance of the house is. Okay, you got a back door, you got a side door. They go to the front door. Okay, it's a gate around here. They tell them everything, and they're gonna have the helicopter up there because in case anybody run, they need them to follow them of where they went to and let them know what's
Mm,
going on from up in the sky. And the SWAT is gonna make sure that in case it's any weapons or anything in the house, they're gonna be the ones to go in first and make sure that everything is clear for
yeah,
everyone
that's
else and to bring the
and
people
and
out.
and not to cut you off too, but then if you just what I'm saying, type in Goody Mob on YT and you listen to the song, what I'm saying, about the
Right.
swats red hot, don't
Mm-hmm.
drip or bleed, cause you know
Mm-hmm.
me, giving me
Mm,
left hand dap. Okay, go, that's right. And you will understand who came. If that would have been the feds, you would have seen some yellow letters on the back of their jacket. Okay.
yep.
Exactly.
That's the alphabet game. That's the SWAT. If that would have happened in Charlotte, you would have seen a whole bunch of people in black. Okay, that's right.
Even the
This the
Yeah,
dog might
Mason
have
Dixie
seen it.
line. That's
Yeah.
right.
and they come in that big ass van. It's gonna be two vans and a
The
whole bunch
paddy
of
wagon.
police. It's gonna be one black ass van that got the SWAT people in it. Then it's gonna be the I forgot what they call it. Well, that's the command area where that's where the white shirts and stuff is gonna be at. The sergeants
and
and all the
then
captains,
and
they gonna be there. Go ahead.
and then the neighborhood that they in, where the rented house was at, those people been staying there for years. I've talked to people there. The lady
Yeah,
that
they own
stay,
it.
if you
Mm-hmm.
going, yeah, if you make the first, like when you making a left into the damn area, the second house from the corner, I done stood out there and talked to that man and his wife for about 15 minutes. The area they were cutting grass and stuff, both of them, like way before that.
Mm.
The moment
Yeah.
that I had
Right.
got his
Right there in
location,
the
I went to his
neighborhood.
house. The
Mm.
moment I got his location, I went to his house. And it might have been probably about, shit, I think it was anybody that was on my live would tell you. I think it was like probably 4:30 in the morning. So I got out and smoked the blunt and everything, and got back in my car and rode to the QT, and the police pulled me over, and I showed them my license and everything, and kept on going. You know what I'm saying? I told motherfucker
Mm.
last night, like, yeah, I'm on a mission. I'm going to see, just like the same person now, who's out here, that's with this interview stuff, the same person that interviewed young Pharaoh. This person that's interviewing young Pharaoh, did that retarded ass interview. Now Tasha K, she wants to, interview the carbonation now. So this is another thing, that we're looking at. Like, okay, now this person wants to jump in the middle, like she's the social media TMZ and stuff, but had been talking about celebrities. You see how they're making the attempt to elevate this even higher than what the fuck that it should be, as far as putting him on
Right.
like celebrity staff. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yep.
Remember
Exactly.
when Brother Polite did
Exactly.
the shit, then how she wanted to talk about it? Remember that shit? Right, and just like
Yep.
with
Mhm.
special delivery, just put in the comments right there, making them famous, and that's what I'm talking about. These look, that's a fucking cult leader. He is a piece of shit. Okay, this motherfucker's connected to a murder. Okay, this motherfucker ain't famous. This motherfucker ain't shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Mhm.
And people that's
Mhm.
just now
Mhm.
finding out who the fuck he is, like I say, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? If you made a video and you been on his neck and shit, but no, this shit been going on for a long fucking time. I done underwent several
As
different
soon as I
assaults
saw
just
that
from
3 guy,
reporting on this bitch ass nigga. Straight the
yeah,
fuck
I was
up. This
like,
done
oh
been my
hell
job reporting on this whole ass nigga.
And
no.
that's the thing,
So
like,
so
it's the fact that they sitting up here and they making him more than what he is another reason why that man wants to go to trial. He wants to get up there, and like someone else said, he may even try to represent himself so he can get up
to
there
say
and
his
talk.
message, right? So what do you think the next step
And
is from here? Do you think that they're going to appeal for him to do another? Because they have to go. They have to go against the Superior Court again, right?
Yeah, I
It's
think it'll
two
be
times in the
another.
Superior Court.
Yeah, I
He'll
think he'll
It's
probably
two
go
try to
times in the
for.
get a
Superior and then
bond, but
Supreme.
no,
Yeah, I
no, that
think that
hasn't
he'll
even
go
reached
for.
that hasn't even reached that level yet. The only time you go to the
No, it
Supreme
has reached
Court,
that
and this
level.
is the only
It
time
is.
you
It
go
has.
to a Supreme Court.
Mhm.
Hold on. The only time that it goes to the Supreme Court is he has to first have a trial. He has to first been found guilty. He has to first then go up to an appeal. First, then they have
Correct.
to deny his appeal, and then it reaches the Supreme Court. It
I
has
thought
not
once you
even
were
got to
denied
that
bond in
level yet.
Superior, I thought once you were denied bond in Superior Court, you can then
That's
appeal
not.
to go to the bond. Go
No,
ahead, ma'am.
no, baby. No, I'm just telling you. No, that's not how it goes. I've myself been through the system. I did not have to go to prison, thank God. But um, I have a degree in criminal investigation. That's not the step. He has to first
Okay.
been found guilty of this crime, and then he has to appeal the conviction.
All right.
Then
Okay.
they
So when do they
deny his
do? When do they
appeal.
do
Then
that?
will not
he has to
appeal
go
it.
to
He'll be going to
trial.
court for it.
Right. I guess
And
what I'm
then,
saying
He
is,
has to.
since he got a bond, I'm just asking a question. Since you have this knowledge, I'm respecting you. I want to learn from you.
Right? No,
yeah,
no, no.
So what
I'm
I'm
not.
saying is,
Yeah.
so
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so so what I'm saying is, now since he's been denied bond, he will
hmm
now be set a trial date. Is that how it works?
yeah,
Well,
Okay. So how long does
the
that
trial
happen? Do
date
you know?
that could take years.
that
Till
could be
they're
months.
ready
That
and
could be
they've gone through the
years.
evidence.
But
And
keep in
then
mind, they are still looking up. They still want to be able to add more charges. You know what I'm saying? So they want to go through everything with a fine tooth comb to make sure that they can charge him with everything that he is guilty of.
Yeah. And
Yeah, you
considering the
can't
evidence, it
rush
looks
the
like it will
thing.
take
It could
years for him to
take
get
years.
a trial.
It could take years.
and what you're
But
saying about
You
it
it
don't
could
think
also
take
so? I think
depends.
he's
years.
gonna get.
Also keep in,
But it
pardon
also.
me.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Also keep in mind that we haven't even got anywhere. You know what I'm saying, to Ohio yet. With that situation.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So the thing,
But
you know,
before
what's
we get,
ignorant with him with one more thing.
mm,
The thing that's
go
ignorant
ahead.
with him was not for him to make an attempt to get bond. The thing for him in strength would have been for him to have hired an attorney. Okay, he's
Mhm.
going to need an
Mhm.
attorney. It didn't have anything to do with him getting released or him getting bail. Okay, that was the wrong fucking move because, like I said, if they sent that chopper out, not only did they have evidence, but they had a string of connected evidence. Him sitting there, the only thing they're doing now is going through everything. Okay, they have a surety.
Mhm.
There's assurance without doubt that he's there. Okay, I can't just say, uh, Shorty D or Miss One or Lovely Liz. I can't just say, that y'all raped me or some stuff like that. Excuse me, the R word. Y'all R worded me, and then a damn helicopter gonna come to your house. You feel what I'm saying? And they gonna come and
Yeah,
then
Exactly.
arrest you
Exactly.
for doing that. No, they had
Exactly.
evidence. Okay, so when we
Mhm.
think about the R word and of on how that takes place, you understand about the R kit and that kit that they're going to have to use. So that tells you that somebody already provided that evidence, even through
Mhm.
prior dealings. That sample may have even been obtained, and all the while that all of this stuff has been taking place, it made it took a minute for that person to actually step forward and say, yes, that was me. Yes, that was me. Okay, this happened to me.
Mhm.
And the other people that already provided these samples and said he all worded me too, they've compared them as well. And I think more than
Mhm.
anything, what took place with Nate Terry when she went back and then got on Twitter with them, that video was
Mhm.
posted, etc. She willingly went back and took a L. She willingly went back and took one for the team just to get that motherfucking concrete evidence against him.
and
He
what's
played
funny when
himself.
he came back, King, I knew it. I was like, she's here to set him up.
Yo, hey,
I
look,
don't know
Liz,
why.
if you go back and watch the video, I want you to pay attention to something when she was sitting and Nature Boy was telling when he was denying her to go use the restroom, and she said
Mhm.
one word that I knew was the key word for the damn police. She said, "My bladder. I can't hold my bladder." At the moment that she
Oh,
said that, that damn police started coming. He started walking towards that damn door. When Nature Boy made her get on the ground and he would let her go to the bathroom, the cop was already in the house. Everything that he was saying, the police was listening to him.
yeah.
Mhm.
They was listening to
And
him
I think
then.
that white boy was undercover to scoop the but so they could see because they were coming in. So I was saying he was in there to scoop the house. Like, what do they got? What are they doing? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
No, I don't.
Exactly. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. Well, a
Nothing
part of me
more.
don't think.
Yeah, because they already had the
I don't. I
evidence.
don't.
It
I
was
don't
just
really
to
think
scoop
that
the
that
layout.
white boy was like a plant.
Yeah,
I don't
I
really think the white boy was a plant or a mole. I think he was just one of the dumb young boys that was trying to follow him. You know what I mean?
I
Like
think he
that.
offered
That was really
assistance.
under that
The
spell.
reason The reason I say I think that he
Mhm.
offered assistance because the times when Nate Terry was there and when that took place, with her having to remove her clothes, etc. The times when the white guy had got down on the floor, and Club Foot, 50 Nature Boy, he was telling them all that stuff or whatever. The audio
Mhm.
possibly that they got from him, as well as the audio visual that they got from Nate Terry, was enough to be able to seal the deal because they gave them beyond confirmation that this was the aggressive, R word cult leader, that they had heard of, or from the statements that they wrote down on a piece of paper, and the job was done.
yep.
They
Mhm.
got
And you got to
everything
think
that they
about
needed.
it
And I do
came
believe. I do.
when when they came,
I do
love,
believe. Oh,
they
go
didn't
ahead.
take him, and that's not normal. If the SWAT came right now, they're taking everybody on site.
Hold on,
It's not
hold
like,
on,
oh,
Liz.
well, you
Hold on,
weren't here.
Liz. Hold on, Liz. Go back to when Nature Boy first got arrested and what happened with him when he went to the door.
Okay, okay.
You
What they
heard
got
what
him
you
to
just
put?
said,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You see how they only snatch Nature Boy Liz.
Mhm.
Yep.
You see how you remember when everybody was on Bigo watching it and they didn't even
Mhm.
make an attempt to grab the phone because the phone was connected to him. That's why they just left it there.
And they
Nobody
said
else
that he
tried
was
to get the
talking
phone.
through
Hey
him.
man, I dropped my phone. He had
Yeah,
my
they
phone in
said
his
that the
hand. I
police
need
was
to get my
talking through.
phone. See,
Did you know that,
they
King?
knew.
They said that the
Uh
police
huh.
was talking through the white boy
Hmm.
with his phone.
And I
But see,
heard
what I
that
didn't
as well.
understand,
But
but what
one of
I
the
didn't
key things,
understand,
let me add one key thing right quick. Okay, about that phone and when that phone was on the ground and the Bigo live just kept on playing. I think it was Bigo or Miko, whichever one that it was, but it just kept
Everybody,
on
everybody,
playing.
3 feet.
See, they were fully aware that that phone was on the ground, but that phone was connected to 50. And when that phone was connected to 50, nobody said anything about that phone because I'm sure before that they even came, there was a few of the members that was already aware that they was coming anyway. That's how Solar even got away. If this guy's a cult leader and is a part of a criminal investigation, there's no way that one of the members of the cult could just all of a sudden just arrive in
walk away.
Mexico. It's impossible. Two of them, it's
Yeah,
impossible.
Hmm.
that's what's
And see, what
funny
I didn't
about that too.
understand
Like, what
because
the heck?
around the time, right before the SWAT team came, he got arrested, right? When the police had came and when what's her name when she had on that dress and she was wearing it like a shirt and he was saying, well, who bought that dress? And they had first had her all on the floor and all of them was standing around her as they do that intimidation like they finna beat her or whatever. Which one is that? What's her name? Is that what's her
Malia,
name?
when they
Malia,
jumped her.
right? Okay, so not this is not. I ain't talking about when they jumped on someone when she done left and she done came back to the house, all that,
Yeah,
and she got on that like little silver and black shiny out shirt, but it's really
yeah.
a dress. And he kept saying to her like, "Are you so happy? Go to the police." Like basically, she was the. He felt she was the one that was bringing the police around. Why the police kept being called? Why the police kept showing up? Every time something was going on, and they was probably about to jump Malia or do something to her, the police would show up, right? So everybody was thinking, oh well, he was thinking, I should say, that she was the one that was calling the police and all of that. When in fact everybody kept saying, nah, it's Mysterious. She's the one that
Bingo.
was
Mhm.
when everything was happening to Malia, she was giving them that code word to let them know, like, look, boom, y'all need to come, y'all need to, put a pause on this, because they about to hurt this girl or whatever. So my thing is, he's supposed to be so super smart. Why? And everybody on the outside who's watching the video was able to put that together and say, boom, it was Mysterious. Why him being on the inside and him being so paranoid, could he not see that Materia was the one? Because when she left and came back, that's
He
when
did, but he
everything with the
started getting
police
high.
started
He
happening.
dropped his balls. He dropped the ball, love. He got caught slipping. At the end of the day, I always say no one is more powerful than God. When your time is up, your time's up. And he was
Mhm.
really playing in God's face.
Mhm.
So the
Well, I
police,
definitely think it's gonna get bigger than what it is right now. He got something coming for him. This is not it.
It's already bigger than what he thought that it was going to be. That's why it wasn't corroborated. He simply got played. Him out here
mm,
playing like he the
Mhm.
three guard and putting paint and stuff on his face. Hold on for a second.
yeah, he thought he was gonna get away and say it was acting, acting,
All of
acting.
that, all of
Yeah,
that
that it was
stuff
just a
now.
content. He was just making a skit in the
All,
show. Like, come on now, you don't do a skit in the show and all that. You actually hitting these people. You know what I mean? You actually putting your hands on hurting these people. You got these girls fighting on the beach, damn near about to kill each other. Like, are you
Period.
serious right now? And you think that you're gonna be able to say, "Oh no, it was just a skit. We were just joking. It wasn't real." Like, dude, you literally jumping and
He was
bullying,
laughing in
snatching
her face,
people
thinking
up.
he would get away with acting. But what was you saying, King?
Now, what I was saying was that
Like,
everything that he was doing that led up to that point will be used against him now. With him, playing like he the three guard, like he crazy for views. They're gonna view all of that now, as well as the sequence of events that took place with him from the Job Corps. Him actually going to the hospital. The said insane asylum, where this dude went to, etc. They're gonna view all of this stuff that got to do with this guy right now. You see, and he knows now that he fucked up. He tried to do it for the views. Now they're gonna say, okay, so this is the stuff that you were doing then. Okay, so what was the reason for doing this and that? You see, and he's
Yep.
gonna have to explain. He's gonna have to explain it. And as opposed to interrogating the members of the cult, they're simply gonna watch each and fucking every one of them.
Yeah, they don't need nobody's testimony. Now, when they took that, they got it all right there with the computers. He made
But they're
their
going to
job
come out
easy.
and speak. They're going to come out and speak because they're going to have allegations against them as well. So they're going to fold.
They are, and that's the
Uh,
thing
a
too
couple
that I
of
was
them.
that I was
Somebody is.
saying a few minutes ago about
Hmm.
them going on. You know what I'm saying, on Tasha K's show. See, they had already spoke. You see, and I said this the day that he got locked up, that they all already knew that they were coming anyway. The only person I feel like that they didn't, pretty much tell about the whole situation was True. That's it. They didn't tell
Yeah.
True because they knew that True would tell it. Yeah. So like everybody, if you just like the same video right here that you're about to play, if you rewind it back to when he was like, okay, they out here and stuff now, and watch how everybody's standing around. I showed on my
mm-hmm.
live stream when he was in Hawaii how he acted when the cops was outside, and you will be able to see the difference. Nobody was going towards the door like that because they was like, shit, they coming for you. Like you getting scared and stuff. Like we pretty much knew they was coming.
That's
Yeah.
what
All
I
that
was
with the
saying.
phone
That's what
dropping
I
and
was
all that
talking
stuff.
about.
How I'm gonna be?
Right.
How
No,
Liz,
and
Liz,
but
Liz? Hold on, Liz. How I'm gonna be with you, and the police gonna lock you up? They gonna arrest you, and you drop your phone, and I ain't gonna grab it. How I'm not
exactly.
gonna
No.
grab your phone?
That's the first thing that. That's the
They
first
all
thing
knew.
that they grab. Mhm.
They
And the
all
cops
knew.
kept coming too much. Like at this point, that's why I was like,
Let me
it
tell
was
you something.
before it happened,
Um,
King. I was like, watch, he's about to get the feds are watching him. I just said the
let me tell
feds. I
you
was like,
this
he's going down. And
small
literally two
thing
days
before
later,
you play.
uh,
Let me tell you this small thing before you start the video. I promise you, I'm from Chicago. Okay. Now, when they got ready to raid the project building, okay, where big drugs been being sold. Now they used to sit on the building. And they was tearing some of them down. So the police was just sitting. They never would come and run in and try to lock nobody up. It would just be two officers just sitting in a van in the field, just sitting in front of the building. And I used to tell them like, man, like nigga, they ain't just sitting there not doing nothing. They taking pictures of y'all. They doing stuff. Like they seeing who's who, how y'all move, what go on. Nobody listen. When I left, because I was still fighting my case from down there. And when they hit that building, first before they hit, like a few, maybe like a week before, it's like they will come, the police will come every single day, constantly, constantly, constantly. That's just them seeing how they, okay, this how they run, this what they run to, or this how they gonna do certain things. And when they actually hit and the helicopters came and they jumped down from the roof and all of that, it was like they basically set everything up and made sure they got enough information. That's why the police was coming every day. They
yep.
were just watching him. They was playing friendly. because they was letting him get put his guard down
And
to
then
not
as it
be
said,
seen.
And as it
I think
said in the
that the white
report,
boy,
they had been watching for 3 weeks. They
yeah,
had been watching for 3 weeks, and that was within the time frame
the white
that
boy,
Neytiri had came back. And then, at the same time, that was within the time frame that those videos had been uploaded to Twitter. And, that was pretty much her testimony saying, yo, let me testify, what I'm saying, and show and prove that this happened to me. I can prove it happened to me. Despite him removing it and all that other stuff, she like, I can prove it. So they probably was like, well, we need more, what I'm saying, on that right there. So she was like, well, I'll go back. And they was like, you'll go back? And I think she probably was like, yeah, I'll go back to the house. I go back to the house now. And when she went back to the house, wired up and got them videoed up, that's when he showed his ass and made her get on her knees and all that shit. And that's when the police came. See, he fucked up.
Hmm.
mm-hmm,
He fucked that up. He should have knew they was coming with his dumb ass. Even when he told her to leave and all that shit, you can get the fuck out and all that shit.
Hmm.
You heard what I said, bitch, and all that shit. See, the police was already in the house listening. They was listening to him then with his stupid ass.
yep, and you get
Oh yes,
cocky.
says in the word it say, "You mock me, God, I will laugh at you when calamities come." That's exactly what it says, and that's exactly what's
Amen.
happening to him.
And I want to watch this
Can
real
you read
quick,
that
y'all. But
again? Can you read that
uh,
again?
When you mock me, God, I will laugh at you when calamities come.
But you know what? Materia is also a pawn as
to
well.
quote that king tomorrow. What verse is that? Sorry.
That's what I was reading actually. That's what somebody put in the comment, and I was just like, yeah, and
Oh,
I read it out loud. That was, hold on, maybe I could tell them
It sounded like it was Courtney Cruz that said that.
That
Caprina
just tell you
Caprina
that God
7.
has humor too. If
Caprina
that's
7. If you
figuratively
can
expressed.
put the scripture
hmm
that comes from in the comments, Caprina 7.
Okay, and the person that put in the comments that said, "Look at my pic," that said Malia running down the street. How does that come in? Easily. That lets you know what happened because Malia running down the street, all that fake stuff, playing like she leaving, crying, hollering, Nature Boy trying to get her back to the house and stuff like that. That was the nay throw off right there.
hmm
That's called a 52 fake out. That's what that's called. Back in the day, right? Back in my time, back in the day, man, the way folk used to do that thing, man, they'd go to the card house and sit down and play cards and lose on purpose and be ready to leave. And by the time they shut the door, they be done pulled their gun out and came back in and robbed the whole card house.
hmm
That's how it would go. That's a part of the game.
That's exactly how it was.
King World,
So,
you woke up a lot of stuff today about that guy that was on TKO's panel as well from the film.
Oh yeah,
And I'm just
what
trying to
was
see the
that?
right.
connection in my head about Nateri going over there to TKO. I don't know.
Oh wait, hold
Sounds
on.
like Keys
Let me
production.
let me cut you off before I lose my chain of thought. Okay. Now it wasn't a guy that I was talking about. The person that I was saying when y'all were talking initially when I first joined the live stream. Okay, the person whose name is Whiskey Films is a woman that called herself Boss Player. The woman that has been funding Nature Boy. The woman that was wearing tights, that bent over and showed TKO her butt and stuff. She got little small, little short, little locks and stuff or whatever.
Oh
That's
yeah.
her. She's the one. She's the one that provided Nature Boy and them the Airbnb where they recorded them for 24 hours straight. It was 24 hours straight. The Big Brother Airbnb. And this is when I was showing then how the actress Monique is connected with the lady named Egypt because Nature Boy played on the set of the Monique show. Nature Boy was never an actor, but Nature Boy was behind the camera.
Oh
And
wow.
there's another guy that Nature Boy is cool with. Now he's on this app. He calls himself, yeah, Ken is my God. He played on the show The Parenthood. And that's what I'm telling y'all about this being a psychological operation, how
Mhm.
he's connected with people that knew Kanika Jenkins, and how all of this stuff right here comes together. And it's weird because now people can see it for exactly what it is.
Yep.
And those people that was a part of Nature Boy's code at one time called Melanation, who were in fact friends with Kanika Jenkins, now those people can explain why they left, you know,
Yep.
because there was over 70 something people that was told to me from Olmec, who also was a member of the code, that those people were not even on the camera.
But it's
Yeah,
just
they
like
wasn't even on the
like
camera.
they don't realize that those are paid pawns as well. Like it's a lot of different levels in this shit, and they're all used and paid, or they're given fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I wish I could say more, but you just
So what is the
I
But that's
connection
keep
why
with
talking
TKO?
about
I
it.
mean, I don't. Is he a part of it? I'm
He try
trying to
yeah
the
look at
thing
all
with
this.
him,
to a level. He's a snitch.
that, to be honest with you, in my humble opinion, with him and TKO, they both ran the role, and the reason I say ran the role because as soon as TKO allegedly fell out with Armani, he took advice from Nature Boy, who cussed his ass out
Right.
online, which in fact was a ritual to a degree, which is called a humiliation sacrifice. Because afterwards he came over to Bigo and then just turned into like some kind of, like I don't know, like